I'm James with Be the PT, and in this review, I'm going to be comparing 3 types of trail Xero shoes. All right, so we have the Mesa Trail from Xero Shoes, which has been out a little bit of time for a little while, the brand new Daylite Hiker Fusion, and the Xcursion Fusion boot. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about all 3 of these, doing short reviews. So hopefully it can help you make your determination of which trail shoe might be right for you. So let's start off with the Mesa Trail. All right, so this is extremely lightweight, extremely flexible, and quite thin. The rubber they use here is somewhat more soft. So the good and bad to that is it's flexible, which is nice, so you can really feel the ground pretty well. The bad to that softer, more flexible rubber, if you're gonna hit like a more jagged rock, you're gonna feel it, all right? So this definitely gives you a lot more ground feel. This is approaching more like a barefoot style shoe. But if you're gonna be hiking like all day long or doing long distance trail running, unless your feet are pretty tough, this shoe you're gonna get a little bit more beat up in. I love this shoe. This is like my summer play shoe. If I'm playing tag in the backyard with my kids, I do some road running with this. I do some shorter, faster trail runs with this, but I wouldn't wanna go on like a half marathon, like hike or trail run in this shoe on technical terrain, just because it's just not protective enough for me and my feet aren't that tough. The other thing, this shoe I feel runs somewhat small. Consistently in Xero shoes, I'm a size 9, okay? In other shoes, I'm about an 8.5, but with Xero shoes, I'm consistently a size 9. This is a size 9, but I felt like the shoe fit a little bit snug, so I ended up taking out the insole here. It does come with this nice, perforated insole, but I ended up taking it out to give me a little bit more room, and then it felt great. But that lessened some of the protection, so again, I'm feeling those rocks a little bit more. All right, if you want to feel like a ninja on the trail, this might be for you, but just realize you're going to be feeling some of those rocks more. All right, right in the middle, we have the Daylite Hiker Fusion. This is an awesome shoe. This is like, I love this shoe a lot. Obviously this is all black with a little bit of navy blue. I'm going to see what other types of colors they have, but this is just an extremely versatile shoe. So this shoe is a lot more protective than the Mesa Trail here, but not super protective, all right? So a little bit of thicker, denser rubber. You see, I can't really compress that like I could the other one, the other shoe. So I don't feel the rocks as much, but I feel them enough that I have good like ground feel. So I feel like I could hike all day in this. I could go on a long distance trail run in this because it is quite light. And it's super durable. I'm not gonna blow my toe out right here. I do that in a lot of my shoes. I would say with the Mesa Trail, same thing. I love that little feature that this is reinforced here, so I don't blow out my pinky toe. I've done that in a lot of my Altros before. So yeah, good feature, all right? This is not waterproof. It's a little bit water resistant. So if you're dealing with a little bit of water, it's okay, but it's definitely not waterproof. Me personally, I prefer that because any shoe I've ever had that has that waterproof type membrane, whether it's Gore-Tex or whatever, it's nice because it keeps the water out, but it does keep a little bit of moisture in. The waterproof membrane in the Xcursion Fusion, which I'm going to be talking about here in a moment, does breathe fairly well, but not as good as this shoe. So me personally, I feel like this is the most well-balanced shoe. It's protective, it's super flexible, it's just great. The stack height is like 11 millimeters. So stack height meaning like sole, like the midsole, and then the insole. So this comes with this, again, a nice perforated insole. There's a little bit of what they call trail foam on the bottom of this. So a little bit of EVA in there to give a little bit of cushioning, and then about 5 millimeters of rubber. So at that 11 millimeter stack height, I can go bombing over rocks and it doesn't hurt my foot, but I can feel what's going on. So love this Daylite Hiker Fusion. All right, the next boot is the Xcursion Fusion. So this boot is waterproof, okay? So the benefits of that, if you're like hanging out in the snow, I don't feel like moving the camera here, but it's snowy and icy out there right now, this is the shoe I'm using, all right? If I'm dealing with slush, or it's like early spring or fall and it's cold and it's wet, this is the shoe I'm gonna use. If I wanna wear this at work all day, again, it breathes, but it doesn't breathe as well as this shoe here, which does not have the waterproof membrane. If I'm gonna be hiking in the hotter summer months, or my wife's from Costa Rica, if I'm heading down there, I wouldn't want something that is waterproof. It sounds kind of nice because it keeps the water out, but again, it just makes things a little bit hotter. And most long distance hikers will agree with me in that they prefer boots and shoes that don't have the waterproof membrane, because if it's gonna be raining out and you're gonna be out there for a few days, you're gonna get soaked, waterproof membrane or not, and you want something that dries a little faster. And so without the waterproof membrane, it would dry a little bit quicker. Nevertheless, this shoe is even more protective, I would say, than this. It just, the rubber seems to me a little bit denser. It's a little bit stiffer. If you're new to minimalist footwear and your foot might be a little bit more sensitive, you might want to go with this. I do like in the Xcursion Fusion here that the boot goes up a little bit higher. To be quite honest, I wish that was in the Daylite Hiker as well. This goes up a little bit higher, but that's okay. This also has this little loop here if you want to use a gaiter. So it has that's a nice little feature. And this just to me seems like it's just a little bit more rugged and durable. Like this can really take a whooping, all right? I think this one will, but time will tell, all right? So let's sum this up here. If you want something that's waterproof, all right, that's still a lightweight minimalist boot, go with the Xcursion Fusion, all right? A little bit more protective, but still meets the profile of a minimalist boot. All right, my personal fave, I feel like for the all-around shoe, and this is really one of my new favoriteest shoes, is the Daylite Hiker Fusion. This to me is just, I can do just about anything in, except for those really wet, cold days, all right? If you want something that's definitely more minimalist, thin, lightweight, ridiculously breathable, awesome for the summer months, you're not gonna be dealing with like really gnarly technical trails, get the Mesa Trail. All right, guys, hopefully you found that helpful. If you've liked this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. It encourages me to make more videos like this. And also, full disclosure, I am a Xero Shoes affiliate. And so if you're interested in purchasing any of these shoes, please consider going to the link in the description, clicking it, and if you do make a purchase, I may receive a small commission. Nevertheless, these are my honest reviews of these shoes. I put a lot of work into this, and I just want to be there to help you guys out. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and good luck in your search.